live in an instant gratification society. And that's where this week's motivation comes to play, okay? What would you, it's so easy to be like, oh, I would do this, I would do that. But until war and until opposition comes to your door, you really don't know what it is that you would truly do. Would you get up and fight? Would you stand up for what's right? Would you do the right thing, regardless of whether or not it was trending or popular or easy? You don't know what you would do until you are truly tested. And in our modern society, in an instant gratification society with everything at our fingertips, groceries, clothes, hookups, everything, all in a swipe, all in a pay right on our phones. That's the modern world. And yet we're making some of the same mistakes that people fought for us to have independence, for us to have the potential to work outside of our homes, to go and fight for the jobs that we want, to go to college, to have the newest car, the newest iPhone, the newest this, that, and the other. People sacrificed a lot for us to be in the society that we're in today. And what are we doing with that? What are we doing with the oppositions that they fought against so that we all can have freedoms in modern society? What are we doing with this? Are we living with purpose? What are we learning, and what are we passing down to the next generations? Because those people in Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, they were fighting for a reason. They came together in love to combat hate and opposition and equality of distribution, okay? They fought to end communism and the Soviet regime of those three states, the Baltic way. What are we doing today that is honoring all kinds of sacrifices and all kinds of hard-fought wins that we get to benefit from today? What are we learning? What are we doing? Are you living with purpose? Are you honoring those sacrifices and those hard-fought wins that other people, put themselves on the line to do? Grandmas were lining up with these 2 million plus people. And yet we live in one of the most wealthiest societies that's also one of the most depressed. Why are we so depressed? What are our problems really as big as they seem? Or are we just making them out to seem bigger than they are because we don't know what it's like to be without? We don't know what it's like to have war at our door or to be held down. We don't know what that's like. But if we did, and if that was the case, which it very well could be, well, what do you think you would do? Would you do what was right? Would you stand up for what was right? How do you know? How do you know? Are you learning from history, or are you one of the ones that's doomed to repeat it? That's a really good question. People can say it's all about how people are raised, right? People can say that. But you can have 2 children raised in the same house, under the same values, under the same roof. But like the saying says, one can be a crackhead and the other can be a preacher. It's the decisions you choose to make. It's like we always talk about. First you make your habits, and then your habits make you. So are we learning from history, or are we all doomed to repeat it? What choices are we making that we're even allowed to make today for the sacrifices that other people made so we could have those choices, so we could have those options to live our best lives? If you are in the US, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Not everyone in the world has those kinds of opportunities. So are you squandering them? Or are you learning from history and learning that the one thing that cannot be enslaved is your mind? And that doing the right thing is always the right thing to do, regardless of it popular or trending, okay? A lot of times the things that are most worth it in life are not easy, but they're worth it. What are you doing that is going to help change your tomorrows for the better? For you, for your family, for your house, for your neighborhood, for this society? Those are some good questions, aren't they? Until next week, everybody. Talk soon.